Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of the prep vlog. We are 4 episodes, oh my god, 4 episodes in now. So we're rolling with it. We're 11 weeks out as of today, which is Monday the 4th of June. So 11 weeks out, and this is what I currently look like this morning. So feeling good. Obviously my quads are coming in more than everything else, which is just typical because body fat distribution on me is just literally always legs first and then the rest of it comes in. But just waiting for the back to really start to drop some body fat now, because the hamstrings hold on to fat quite a lot along with the glutes. So yeah, waiting for that. But obviously it's still 11 weeks is still a long time. In a contest prep it doesn't seem like a long time, but it is. That's nearly sort of 3 months worth of dieting left before my first show, and this is only obviously the qualifier. The goal is obviously to make the finals and hopefully place very, very well in a middleweight category. So today I'm actually training with a client, an online client, which is awesome. So he's coming, I think he's coming down to train with me, which is mega. We're going to train push, and this is what I'm having. So no pre-workout, as we're going to go and get a coffee first. This is Stars and Pipes, the pump agent. So this has got the citrulline malate in it, which is quite a high serving, so the pump should be good. So when we get into training, I'll take you through everything. I'm not deloading now as well, so it'll be a proper workout, and I'll most likely do a voiceover and talk through the movements that we do. So I'll see you there and enjoy.
Next year's money in God, yeah. This year I'm busting all the random. Next year's money in gold.
Nice. There we go. Come on. Oh yeah. One more.
Yeah, she's still up in the heavens walking. Being broken, never fearing her agenda. Don't care about Canada when she enter. Made a joint in Tina, she a member. She's still up in the ends bar. Being broken, never feeling her agenda. Don't care about Canada when she enter. Made a joint in Tina, she a member.
Good mate, come on, let's go.
Music don't pay. So Granny had to go and brought out the change. I was doing missions in the rain. Now I'm steady
Yes.
fishing at home with champagne. Music is a money campaign. Funny, I was born rap day. And now I'm trying to make the tracks pay. No more running.
Let's go mate, come on, up. Yours.
Stream still popping. That means anything that's
That's it. That's it.
Nice. That's smoother. That's nicer. There we go. Come on. Nice. Easy, easy.
Every time my iPhone rings, I need to get up on the back and use the massages. Hard times will right, but I wanna make sure that we get through. I look into your eyes sometimes. All I can see is empty, there's no reason, but there's no more frown. Or anything similar, when I get to us, I'll go blind. Looking at life so bright. If I can find my way, then I'll come back to you and I'll make it right. I wanna say something, but I don't know how. I gotta keep it moving, I can't turn around. How did David make Goliath fall down? What's the king has lost his crown.
Good afternoon, it's Tuesday afternoon. Yesterday my battery decided to die, so I couldn't film the rest of the session. But basically we did lateral raises for, I think it was 3 or 2 sets with a drop set after that. And then we also did tricep push downs and also overhead dumbbell extensions as well for around about 15 reps. So it was really good to get a session in with my client Alexander. It was great just to see him and just catch up really. Super strong for 170 pounds, which is yeah, it's amazing how much he can lift. Shows me up, and I'm the coach. So, but no, it was funny. And yeah, so today is Wednesday. No, it's not. It's Tuesday because I told you that a minute ago. Wow, prep brain is kicking in. That's awful, that, isn't it? Right, today is Tuesday, and we've got legs today. So. Back to it with heavy loading, so hopefully back to about 150 today. And this is the pre-workout meal. So we've got a bagel with an egg and turkey in it, and the egg has decided to just die on me, and a massive salad as well. So nice and filling. I'll have this, probably wait a couple hours and then go and train and have a small, I might have a small meal before, just like a protein bar or something. But yeah, that'll be it, and then go and train legs, which I'll try and record for you guys as well. Right, so pre-workout going down, so we've got the red, white and boom from America Labs. But still using this one from A-List Nutrition. I've got only using it for leg days at the minute, just because I don't really want to use it for an upper day because it's a bit pointless, because 400 grams of caffeine, I can get that from a, well, I don't want to use that on other days because I think it would lose the effect if I have it every day. So if I'm just using it for my leg day, which is the hardest day of the week, hopefully it will push me through those sessions. So this is what I'm taking at the minute. Still really enjoying it, getting some really good pumps off it. Got creatine in it as well, so I don't tend to take creatine when I take this on a leg day. So alongside that, also just having a protein bar pre-workout. I've already had like quite a carby lunch, which you would have seen before with that bagel and the sweet corn, the carbs from that and stuff. So just gonna have this and then go and train legs. So I'll try and film as much as I can. And yeah, let's get to it. Right, so it's a different style of voiceover from me today. Not talking over the video, going all fancy with the video in the video. So talking through my squat session, which is on the screen now. Look at them forearms, getting vascular. Anyway, off topic. Squats, back to squatting good numbers again. Like, this just feels so good to be able to move big weight. So as per normal, warm-up routine being shown on the screen here. So literally just 60, couple sets, and then straight to 100 kilos. A few more sets, and this is really just to feel the weight, feel how things are moving on that day, and I'll kind of select my loads based on how well that warm-up has gone. So if the warm-up feels terrible, usually I know the rest of the sets aren't going to feel very good, so I might just down-regulate the load to suit that. So as you can see here, 100 kilos just moving extremely easy. Yeah, it felt great, and onto 120. Just to see how this felt. And I've said this in previous videos, don't put shoes or belts on until I get to like 140. I just don't see the need for it. So as you can see, 120 is moving pretty well again. Really happy with how that's moved. Clap of joy there as well. So up to 140, I think I usually do this for about 1 to 2 reps, never usually more than 2. This is probably where I go and do 4 in it. But yeah, just really just trying to find the weight that I can do. Like 140 is usually my pinnacle. Like if it moves well, I know that I'm going to probably have a good session. So from that, I've sort of found what my 10 rep max for the day would be, and that would be 150, what I'm doing now. So did this for 3 sets today, or when I did that earlier in the week. So it was fatiguing. Like I haven't done sets of 10 on squats in a very, very long time. It's just something I don't usually do, but obviously my programming is saying to do that, so I'm going to do it. And it does make more sense, obviously, as you diet more, like you're trying to increase your volumes. So if we can increase our rep range to occur for better volumes, then we're going to be able to hold on to most likely a lot more muscle. As you can see, getting to the end of like the reps on this set now, and it is getting quite hard. I usually work to about an RP sort of 9. I know when my failure is going to be, and with squats, you'll see in my sets when they get really hard, then I can make them longer. Like if I feel that, okay, on the next rep, it's going to be difficult, I'll take a longer pause. So for example, once Sam is my friend, he's finished doing his set here, you'll see that when I actually perform my set, I'll do the squats, and when I get to like the 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th rep, they're a lot slower than the first 6. And the reasoning behind this is just I'm getting gassed, I'm getting tired. So these reps really do take a lot to get, but I want to get them. So having those like intra-set breathing techniques, bracing, getting myself mentally prepared for it, is going to give you more of a chance to force more reps out. Like, that's what I personally believe. I know a lot of the other lifters that I follow on social media and stuff, they do the exact same thing as well. You'll see it in this set. So this is again another set of 10. So like breathing techniques, breathing into your diaphragm, bracing, and you'll see when I get to those last sort of remaining reps, it just, I really do take my time. So there's breathing methods that I use just to make sure that I will get another rep out without massively just decking it on the floor. So, so I think we're up to like the 7th rep here on this. As you can see, it just takes me a lot longer just to compose myself. Like here, I'm stopped, breathing a little bit, getting myself prepared, brace, squat again. And again, just the same thing, just mentally preparing myself for the next rep. Because the reality is, we've always got another rep in us. Granted, it might take longer to get yourselves mentally ready for that rep, but there is usually another rep in you. Like you're never going to be able to complete 10, 12, 15 reps on squats and just bang them straight out. There's always going to be some little pause in between where you're probably going to rely on some techniques to get through it. Right, so moving on to RDLs now. Doing this for, I think it was sets of 8. Working with 150 kilos again here. I was doing 160 a couple of weeks back, but the load was just, it was too much. Like I think a lot of people do this on RDLs. They just load it and load it and load it, and then they get to the point where you're not really using your hamstrings. You're warranting on your lower back to bring it up because it's too heavy. So it's finding that sort of that point where you're still hitting your hamstrings and glutes, but you're not putting on too much load where it's then hitting your back. So finding that point for you is obviously key. For me, it's about the 150 mark. When I go up to 160, it's more of a case of I'm just trying to get the bar up because I can't really get it up with my hamstrings because I just can't do it. So I'll probably stick at this weight for a little while now. This is the heaviest I've done in a long time, to be honest. I'm usually around about the 140 mark, so I thought I'd just progress it up, see how it felt, make sure that I could still feel the same stimulus, because that's obviously key. And it seemed to move well, so I was really happy with those sets. And I think it was a total of 3 sets on those. Like, RDLs and leg curls have been the main builders for my hamstrings during my last off season, and being able to keep the same weights that I was doing will hopefully lead to retention of muscle when it gets to the end of my prep. So just going on to leg curls here, I think this was sets of, I think it was 10 or it was 8, so fairly low rep day. Higher rep days are usually towards the end of the week. Main reason behind that, I do this for clients as well, high rep days, they can give you a lot of soreness. I've certainly found that when I'm doing sort of sets of 15 on chest movements, shoulder movements, even leg movements, I am just so sore the next day. So when you've sort of got your low rep days to follow after doing a high rep day, it's very difficult to try and muster up the strength and everything when you've got so much DOMs. So I prefer to leave it towards the end of the week so I can hit them, recover, and then when it comes to the start of the week, hopefully I'll be recovered for my strength stuff for the next week. So that's usually just the reasoning behind that. I really like this leg curl. It really does hit the top of the hamstrings really well. And then we're just moving on to leg extensions as well. So I think it was sets of 10 on this. Again, leg extensions is one of my favourite movements for the quads. Most activation, and I think EMG data does show that for quads, leg extension is actually one of the best. So if it's not in your program, definitely would look to put it in if you can fit it in there somewhere anyway. But yeah, that was pretty much it. I had calves and then abs after that. I didn't film any calves because it's just boring to film. So yeah, that's the last of the exercises on that one, and just again working to similar sort of intensities, nothing too strenuous. But about an RPE 9, 1 or 2 reps before failure, so I can continue getting the numbers that I want for every single set. So I hope you enjoyed that, and we'll now go on to the topic, which is being skinny fat. Alright, welcome back. It's now Wednesday afternoon. Just getting this can in before I go to the gym in a bit. That was the leg session there. Fluffy pillow. That was the leg session there that I recorded yesterday, so I hope you enjoyed that with the voiceover on it as well. So I'm going to dive into a topic now which I was asked about earlier in the week, and that was being skinny fat. A follower kind of reached out and said, how do you get away from that? How do you actually start to gain muscle? How do you stop being skinny fat? I thought I could talk about this subject because I've actually been there. Like, this was me when I was in that stage. Like, I was looking to get lean. I was looking to get bigger at the same time. Effectively just spinning my wheels. Like, I was never getting anywhere with my physique. I was either just trying to, one week, try and bulk up a little bit, and then the next I would try and get a bit leaner. And all this resulted in was just never getting anywhere. Like, never actually committing to one goal. And then what I did is I finally got out of that phase, and I just gained. I gained for over, I think it was a year and a half, and that was when I put on probably most of the muscle that I have now. But I'll come into that probably, I guess, in another vlog. But I want to really address skinny fat and what it is. So skinny fat is when you're not really big, but you're not really lean either. You've never really gotten lean. You don't really hold a lot of muscle. You're kind of you're in that in-between stage of you haven't got the muscle there to really be bulky, but you're not lean enough to really be like shredded. So you're kind of in that stage of just being, I guess, skinny fat. And it's quite common. Like, it's quite common with a lot of people now, and the reason being is just a lot of people are afraid to commit to something. They're afraid to commit to one goal because those goals are always changing. Like with me, one day I was always wanting to get shredded, and then the next I was wanting to bulk up. So all you're doing is just running round in constant circles. One of the reasons for why this is just people just can't chase a certain goal because there's always things in their life which comes up, and that's understandable. I get that. There's holidays that you want to be lean for, and you want to be lean for certain occasions for like one day, but this has then got to reiterate your goals that you're looking to achieve. So if you really want to better yourself, and if you want to change on a year-on-year basis, if you want to look different to what you did last year, getting out of that phase and committing to one goal is key. You have to do it. Like, I'm not going to say you can just maintain and look different each year, because you won't. You won't look much different to what you've looked like before. You really need to commit to one goal, whether that's gaining weight over a long period of time, getting your lifts up, getting stronger, or whether that's actually getting shredded and not stopping at the stage where you've lost a little bit of weight, you're now, I guess what you would be skinny fat, but you've kind of stopped. So you really need to commit to one goal or the other to achieve a different look year on year. And a lot of people get frustrated that they're never changing, and I'll ask the reason why, and it's just because they don't commit. Like, they've got some holiday coming up in Ibiza or something where they've done a 2-month bulk. Like, a 2-month bulk? Like, what's that? It's just not even long enough to get your food up. Like, people just don't do things for long enough to see the real benefits of it. And this goes for cutting as well. They do like a 2-month cut and think they're lean enough, when the reality is they still need to get leaner to really see changes. What I don't want people to think is this video is that you have to go and change your body. If you are happy being in that realms of not having loads of muscle, not being too lean, and just, I guess, skinny fat as such, then carry on. Like, you don't have to go and change your physique because I'm saying that you need to push up your body weight, you need to get leaner. If you're happy being like that, then that's absolutely fine. I have nothing against it. But when you're complaining about never changing each year, not gaining enough muscle, never looking any different, you need to do these things which is going to take you away from that. You need to commit to a goal. You need to actually put my can down. You need to have a phase of where you are going to just all out commit to it. Just like anything in life. If you are saving for a mortgage or saving for a house, you put money away each month, you commit to saving because that's what you really want to achieve. You want to obviously have a deposit to buy a house. That's what you commit to. It's just the same with your physique. It's just the same. When you're saving for a house, you don't just stop for 4 or 5 months because you just feel like it. You keep saving because the end goal is obviously to buy that property. It's the same with your physique. You're investing in yourself. You're building in your physique. So whether that's committing to a phase of gaining, commit to it. Just really have a word with yourself and just say, this is the time where I commit to a gaining phase, I push up my body weight, I get my calories high, and I get stronger in the gym. And for 6, 7, perhaps even 8, 9, 10, maybe even a year, months, a year, you're going to commit to gaining weight. And it's the exact same for cutting as well. If you feel you're in a position where gaining weight isn't ideal for you, then you commit to losing weight. You commit to it. You say to yourself, I'm not going to stop cutting until I get to this specific amount. And then once I'm there, once I'm happy with my condition, then I can look to push up body weight again. You just need to make sure that your goal is obviously either to gain weight or to lose it. And if you are skinny fat and you are in the position that I probably was a couple years ago now, like 5, 6 years ago, like the picture I showed at the start, gaining weight is going to be your best option. Pushing up your body weight, committing to getting stronger in the gym, not being afraid to perhaps hold a little bit more fat when you go on holiday. Perhaps maybe that year you're not going to look your best on holiday, but you're investing in your physique, just like you're investing in your savings to buy a house. I hate to come back to that analogy each time, but it's so goddamn true, and it reiterates to your physique as well. You're building your physique, you're building your foundations, and that's it. I can't go any more on about it. And I've got clients that have come to me in the past and they're in that position, and we just push body weight up because we need to get calories up, we need to get them stronger, we need to get them gaining muscle, so the next year when they do go to cut, they've made changes. And as simple as that. So that was a bit of a rant, but if you've got any questions about that, guys, just obviously drop them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them the best I can. And yeah, that's pretty much the episode, I think 4 of Prep Vlog, or 5, I can't remember, but anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it anyway. I hope you enjoyed the leg workout and also training with my client Alexander. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, guys, obviously for future videos. These are going to be weekly now, all the way up until my show days. For anyone wondering, my first show is August the 19th this year. I think it's the August 17th or the 19th. The second one is in September at the very start. And then obviously the finals, if I can get into them. usually are in October. So weekly vlogs up until then, vlogging my prep the whole way through, and my workouts as well. So I will speak to you in the next one, but remember what I've said today and take it on board if you're currently in the position. I'll speak to you soon, guys.